Class 11th, subject physics, 4th chapter, laws of motion. From the chapter, let us see the expressions for final velocities, that is v1 and v2, after a head-on elastic collision. So already in the previous point we have studied the head-on elastic collision, and we know that the relation between the initial and final velocities in case of head-on elastic collision is given as. So the initial velocities u1 and u2 and the final velocities v1 and v2 are related by this equation, that is u1 plus v1 equal to u2 plus v2, or this equation can be written as v2 equal to this u1 plus v1 minus u2, and therefore we will get v2 equal to u1 plus v1 minus u2. Now putting this value of v2 in equation m1 u1 plus m2 u2 equal to m1 v1 plus m2 v2. So by the law of conservation of momentum, we will get the equation as m1 u1 plus m2 u2 equal to m1 v1 plus m2 v2. In that equation, if we put the value of v2 as u1 plus v1 minus u2, then we will get m1 u1 plus m2 u2 will remain as it is equal to m1 v1 as it is plus m2 into value of v2, that is u1 plus v1 minus u2. Now simplifying this bracketed term, we will further write as m1 v1 plus m2 u1 plus m2 v1 minus m2 u2. So this term, that is m2 u1 plus m2 v1 minus m2 u2, will be written here at last. Then taking the terms of u1 u2 v close together, we will get m1 u1 as it is, and then this m2 u1 will be shifted towards left, therefore it will become minus, and therefore in this way we will get the equation m1 u1 minus m2 u1, then plus m2 u2 as it is, and then the term of u2, that is m2 u2, it is minus, it will be shifted towards left so that it will become plus, and therefore we will get m2 u2 plus m2 u2. So in this way, taking terms of u1 and u2 close, we will get m1 u1 minus m2 u1 plus m2 u2 plus m2 u2 will be equal to, terms of v1 will be taken together, m1 v1 plus m2 v1, m1 v1 plus this m2 v1 will be taken together. Then u1 will be taken common from this, so that we will get u1 into m1 minus m2 plus m2 u2 plus m2 u2, that will be equal to 2 m2 u2 will be equal to, taking v1 common from this, v1 into m1 plus m2, and then from this relation the value of v1 we will get as v1 equal to m1 minus m2 divided by m1 plus m2, this will be divided by m1 plus m2 into u1, plus this term will be divided by m1 plus m2, that is 2m2 upon m1 plus m2 into u2, equation number 1. So this equation will give us the final velocity of the first, that is colliding object, that is v1 equal to m1 minus m2 upon m1 plus m2 u1 plus 2m2 upon m1 plus m2 into u2 as equation number 1. Similarly, now if we interchange these subscripts, that is 1 by 2 and this 2 by 1 in case of m1 m2 as well as u1 u2 as well as phi1 phi2, then phi2 will be written as this 1 will be replaced by 2. So interchanging these subscripts 1 and 2. That means in place of 1 we will write 2 and in place of 2 we will write 1 in case of equation number 1, and therefore we will get phi2 equal to this m2 minus m1 upon m1 plus m2 into u2. This m1 plus m2 or m2 plus m1 will be as it is, therefore it is written as m1 plus m2 as it is, then plus 2m1. In place of 2m2 we will write 2m1 upon m1 plus m2 into u1, equation number 2, so that this equation will give us the final velocity of the struck body, that is after collision. So phi1 and phi2, these two final velocities will be given by these two equations, that is equation 1 and equation 2. Now from this equation we will consider some of the cases now. If we consider the first case, so in this first case, if the bodies are of equal masses, that is if m1 is equal to m2, then from above equations we will get phi1 equal to u2, that is final velocity phi1 will be equal to u2 and phi2 will be equal to u1. Phi2 is equal to u1. Now let us consider the second case. In that second case, if the colliding body is much heavier than the struck body and the struck body is at rest, that is if m1 is greater than m2, mass of first body is greater than mass of the second body, and second body is at rest, that is u2 is equal to 0, then phi1 will be equal to u1 and phi2 will be equal to 2u1 from above equations. Similarly, we will consider third case, that is if the struck body is much heavier than the colliding body, that is if m1 is less than m2 and again that struck body is at rest, that is u2 equal to 0, then velocity phi1 will be equal to minus u1 and velocity phi2 will be equal to 0. So this will be regarding the expressions for the final velocities of the colliding bodies in case of head-on elastic collision. Now let us see the next point, that is loss in kinetic energy during a perfectly inelastic head-on collision. So if you consider the perfectly inelastic head-on collision, then in this case there will be loss of energy, and what will be that loss of energy, that we will have to find. But we know that if the bodies are colliding with perfectly inelastic head-on collision, at that time before collision these bodies will be having different initial velocities, but after collision the two bodies will stick together or they will be joined together, and therefore they will move with same velocity phi, that is final velocities of the two bodies will be the same, because after inelastic collision, that is perfectly inelastic collision, the bodies will stick together or they will be joined together. And therefore, in order to find that expression for loss in kinetic energy in case of perfectly inelastic head-on collision, let us consider a perfectly inelastic head-on collision of the two bodies having masses m1 and m2 with their respective initial velocities u1 and u2. So masses of the two bodies will be m1 and m2. Their initial velocities will be u1 and u2 respectively. Now, as the collision between the two bodies is perfectly inelastic, they have jointly after the collision, that is their speed will be the same, that is the final velocities are the same, and let that final velocity of the two bodies equal to phi. And therefore, now according to law of conservation of linear momentum, so according to conservation of linear momentum, we know that momentum before collision is equal to momentum after collision, that is m1 u1 plus m2 u2 must be equal to m1 phi1 plus m2 phi2. Now this will be written as this right side, that phi1 and phi2 will be replaced by phi, because in case of perfectly inelastic collision, both velocity phi1 will be equal to phi2 equal to phi, and therefore it will be written as m1 phi plus m2 phi. That will be equal to m1 plus m2 into phi. Phi will be taken common. The reason is given that phi1 equal to phi2 equal to phi, that is the common velocity of the two bodies, and therefore this phi can be calculated from this relation as phi equal to this term m1 u1 plus m2 u2 will be divided by this m1 plus m2, and therefore we will get phi equal to m1 u1 plus m2 u2 upon m1 plus m2 as equation number 1. So this will be the final velocity, that is common velocity for both the bodies after collision. And therefore now the loss in kinetic energy during this perfectly inelastic head-on collision will be written as the change in kinetic energy, that is loss in kinetic energy, will be equal to total initial kinetic energy minus total final kinetic energy. Now here the change in energy is nothing but the loss in kinetic energy, and as there is loss in kinetic energy, therefore kinetic energy before collision must be greater than kinetic energy after collision, and therefore we have taken this formula: total initial kinetic energy, that is before collision, minus total final kinetic energy, that is after collision. This energy will be larger as compared with this energy. Now by putting the values of these total energies before collision and after collision, we will get delta Ke equal to, that is loss in kinetic energy, will be equal to half m1 u1 square plus half m2 u2 square. So this will represent the total initial kinetic energy, and then we will subtract from it half m1 plus m2 into phi square, because that body will be having same velocity after collision, and therefore the final kinetic energy will be equal to half m1 plus m2 into phi square, and therefore it will be written as half m1 u1 square plus half m2 u2 square minus half m1 plus m2 as it is. Now value of phi from equation 1 will be kept there, that is m1 u1 plus m2 u2 upon m1 plus m2, and its square will be there. Therefore it will be written as m1 u1 plus m2 u2 upon m1 plus m2 whole square, that is square of this numerator term divided by square of this denominator term. Now m1 plus m2 square, and here it is m1 plus m2, therefore from this one m1 plus m2 will get cancelled with this, and therefore we will get delta Ke as half m1 u1 square plus half m2 u2 square as it is, minus half m1 u1 plus m2 u2 whole square divided by m1 plus m2. Now further we can write this as half m1 u1 square plus half m2 u2 square minus half. Now this bracket will be expanded by using the formula a plus b whole square, that is a square plus b square plus 2ab, like this m1 square u1 square plus m2 square u2 square, that is a square plus b square, a square plus b square, and plus 2ab, that is 2 into m1 m2 u1 u2. 2 into m1 m2 u1 u2 and divided by m1 plus m2 as it is. Now further we will get here term that is of u1 square, here it is of u1 square. These two terms will be taken together, therefore we will get half m1 u1 square taking common from these two terms, half m1 u1 square. Here will be left 1 and this will become minus 1 m1 will be left here, so m1 upon m1 plus m2. This denominator will be written as it is, so that we will get half m1 u1 square into 1 minus m1 upon m1 plus m2. Here the two terms having u1 square are taken together. Then plus half m2 u2 square, and again we will get here m2 square u2 square with half. Again taking common half m2 u2 square, we will get 1 here, and then minus here there will be m2 upon m1 plus m2, so that we will get half m2 u2 square into 1 minus m2 upon m1 plus m2, then minus this third term will remain as it is. Here it is 2, here it is half. 2 will get cancelled and we will get only m1 m2 u1 u2 upon m1 plus m2. m1 m2 u1 u2 upon m1 plus m2 as it is. Now we will simplify this bracket, these two bracket, by taking cross product, and therefore for this first bracket m1 plus m2 minus m1 upon m1 plus m2 we will get m1 plus m2 minus m1 upon m1 plus m2, plus m1 and minus m1 will get cancelled, and at the numerator we will get m2 only, so it will be multiplied to this, so that we will get half m1 m2 u1 square upon this m1 plus m2. So this term will be multiplied by m2 upon m1 plus m2 after solving this bracket, plus for second again it will be m1 plus m2 minus m2. So plus m2 and minus m2 will get cancelled, we will get at the numerator m1 and at denominator m1 plus m2, and again multiplying this term by that we will get plus half m1 m2 u2 square upon m1 plus m2. So it is multiplied by this bracketed term, that is m1 upon m1 plus m2, so that we will get this term, minus third term will remain as it is m1 m2 u1 u2 upon m1 plus m2. Then we have to multiply the RHS of this equation by 2, and therefore here it is written multiplying RHS by 2 we will get. So if this equation is multiplied by 2, then this 2 and 2 from half will get cancelled, again this half will get here cancelled, and here for third term we will get 2, and therefore we will get delta Ke equal to, it will be written as m1 m2 upon m1 plus m2 into u1 square. So m1 m2 upon m1 plus m2 into u1 square, plus m1 m2 upon m1 plus m2 into u2 square from this term, and then minus m1 m2 upon m1 plus m2, m1 m2 upon m1 plus m2 into 2 u1 u2, because this term is multiplied by 2, so that we will get here 2 u1 u2 as it is. Then take common this bracketed term, that is m1 m2 upon m1 plus m2 from all the three terms, and therefore we will get delta Ke equal to m1 m2 upon m1 plus m2. Then by taking common this bracketed term, the left term will be u1 square plus u2 square minus 2 u1 u2. But this bracketed term, that is u1 square plus u2 square minus 2 u1 u2, is the expansion of u1 minus u2 whole square, and therefore loss in kinetic energy delta Ke will be written as m1 m2 upon m1 plus m2 into u1 minus u2 whole square. So this equation will give us the loss in kinetic energy during that perfectly inelastic head-on collision. Now from this equation it is clear that the masses of the bodies will be positive, and therefore this term m1 m2 upon m1 plus m2 will be positive. Similarly here it is subtraction of two velocities and its square is there. So though this subtraction is positive or negative, its square will be always positive, and hence from this relation as delta Ke, this whole term is positive, therefore we can say that there is net loss of kinetic energy during this perfectly inelastic head-on collision. So this equation delta Ke equal to m1 m2 upon m1 plus m2 into u1 minus u2 whole square, this will represent the loss in kinetic energy during perfectly inelastic head-on collision.